weed ends up saving the goat's life? Welcome to another episode of This Goose is Cooked, where we review books intended for our future generations. Today's book, Grumpy Goat, by Brett Helquist, published by HarperCollins Publishers. Something pains this grumpy goat, but you never figure out what it is. He treats everyone around him like shit, but eventually finds comfort in a dandelion. The pictures in the book did a good job of varying in focus, from super close in on the flower to a panoramic view of the farm. They helped the reader envision life on the farm. Brett's writing left more to be desired, though, leaving out context with the goat's past and hardly resolving the goat's issues. The story opens on Goat eating grass at the farm. It explains how Goat has never had a friend and doesn't want one. He doesn't like sharing. What a loser. Well, there's your problem right there. If you're going to be a total asshole and not try to be nice and share, of course you aren't going to have any friends. Where the hell were his parents to explain this one? The story goes on to show some of the farm animals reaching out and trying to be nice to him, but the goat just ends up being a doucher back. That's one way to make life miserable. The sheep seem to be the only smart ones on the farm, because the book states, I quote, "The sheep just stayed away," end quote. Smart thinking. If someone is this unhinged, best move is to keep your distance, because otherwise they'll just try to take you down with them. Then you learn that the goat just walks around with his head down, and never stops to take notice of the beauty around him. And he always has a scowl on his face. That sounds like a little more of a problem than just resting bitch face. This dude then goes around wrecking shit, and kicks down the fence to the garden, like he's Chuck Norris throwing roundhouses. This guy has a bright future, if he can learn to control his anger and channel his energy into something good. Goat just keeps his head down, though, and keeps eating until he makes it to the top of Sunrise Hill. And he spots a dandelion. He is so taken with the dandelion, he just stops and stares at it. He claims it reminds him of something, but he couldn't figure out what. I don't know. Food for goats, maybe? Exactly why you were brought to this farm? To keep the grass and dandelions in check? This goat loves the dandelions so much, he decides to water it. Now this goat is watering weeds, doing the exact opposite of his job. And he just sits there, staring at it, like a wacko. Eventually the other animals come to check it out, and he lets them get close, and even plays with them. These barnyard animals have a short memory, because if that was me, I would have walked right up and stomped his flower. But the book would have you believe that just because this weed came along, everything is A-OK. Then one day the dandelion reaches the end of its life cycle and turns into a white poofy ball of seeds, and they go everywhere. The goat freaks out and then goes into a depression. This goat was smart enough to water it, but somehow didn't know this is what dandelions do. And all the animals tried to comfort him, but he still can't see that his animal friends are more important than a stupid weed. And do you know what the sheep do? They keep their distance, because they know he's a lunatic. Goat stays on the hill for a while in his depression, until one day all the seeds bloom, and there's a whole field of dandelions. I'm sure the owner of the farm is very happy about that. Well, Goat cheers up and enjoys the rest of his summer because of the field of dandelions. And the farm animals are happy again. The end. What the hell are we supposed to learn from that? That people are allowed to be assholes? Eventually someone that is hurting will find some possessions that will make them feel better? Did the author write this book with big retail, trying to get people to go out and buy shit they don't need, instead of trying to make a genuine connection with people? I get that everyone has their issues, but to say that this goat needed an object over his friends is absolutely bizarre. I'll be honest, I love the book's title. The book, not so much. The pictures were definitely the best part of the book. So on a scale from 1 to 5, I'm giving this book a 1.9. I'm turning my nose up at it, and if I have to, I'll close my eyes and have a taste. This Goose is Cooked. Join us next time for another in-depth book review.